As always, we're going to be physical and pound you. And now, same thing that they're probably, and I think, have to take a tight end. Because when you look at Harbaugh, it's starting up front, but also the tight ends in his offenses at Stanford, at San Francisco, at Michigan were crafted in that image of using 2 or 3 tight ends on many of the snaps, a high percentage of the snaps. So I think that just makes too much sense of Harbaugh and what he has done with his offense and his philosophy, using tight ends as an extension, as a blocker and in the run game, and occasionally getting those big plays downfield. Colston Loveland, awesome. I love Mason Taylor as well, as DJ said.
You know, Mark, I like that, Baldy. Look, my brother and I, we love to cook. We like to go back and forth making recipes, and we just believe when you find a good recipe, you don't deviate from it. And Harbaugh has a recipe that has worked successfully for him at every spot. Stanford, Michigan, San Francisco, he is going to feature the tight end. He wants to play bully ball, but part of that is having multiple tight ends that can create mismatches. Colston Loveland, if he's anywhere close to the Chargers pick, they have to make a move to get him. Not only does he address a huge need for the Chargers, but the familiarity. Jim Harbaugh knows he's still continue to drive the culture with the Chargers. To me, it makes sense. Dig in that drawer, pull out Grandma's recipe, stick with it. It has some smudges and some stains on it, but it still works the same way. I think Jim Harbaugh has to stick to it because it's been so successful for him. Maybe an award-winning peach cobbler may come out of it.
Yeah, you don't want to lose the recipe. That's the step one. And we've linked Harbaugh to a couple Michigan players. We can do that for a few more years because why not? As Bucky said, if it ain't broke, why bother fixing it? We'll discuss also his rival at Michigan as a player and a coach, Ohio State. Who's the better prospect between TreVeyon Henderson and Quinshon Judkins? We have a definitive answer coming up next on Path to the Draft.
You want high-performance, long-lasting, affordable tools. You want Harbor Freight tools. Whatever you do it for less at Harbor Freight. Save like never before at Spring Black Friday.
Choose one appetizer and 2 entrees. Applebee's famous 2 for $25 with new sizzling skillets and steak. That's eating good in the neighborhood. This is the best, right? Wrong. Clorox measured people's brain waves while they tried stuff. Massages, dogs, cleaning, nails, a treat. And the results? Whoa is right.
Messes happen every day in every way, but who wants to drag out that bulky vacuum? Hey folks, Joe Fowler here with my favorite cleaning partner, the Duck. A super compact vac with ultra powerful suction. This is a small but mighty Duck, making it quick and easy to clean up any mess. Just duck it up. The compact design can reach the tightest places. It's smaller than a water bottle. Oh, but look at this. It even fits inside my pocket. So store it in any drawer where it's always at your fingertips. Plus, it dumps out with ease, so it's ready to clean again.
I used to have to drag out this huge thing they call a portable vacuum cleaner. Now I keep the Duck in my kitchen drawer and I clean up messes in 2 seconds.
The turbocharged motor is engineered to create a powerful vortex of suction, while the HEPA filter helps remove dust and allergens. Let's prove the power of the Duck. I attach it to the hose. It's gonna pull water right up through the tube. Clean up that mess in the kitchen, the spill on the sofa, even the sawdust and screws in the workshop. Plus, it's rechargeable affordable. Got messy pets? Duck powerfully picks up pet hair from anywhere. You can even store it in your glove box for the ultimate car bath. Clean seats, the floor, and deep into those hard-to-reach places. I promise the Duck will change the way you clean.
Get the Horsepower Duck hand bag for just $39.99. Order right now and we'll upgrade you to the Duck Pro package. A $30 value, yours free. You get the bendable tube to get under appliances, the crevice nozzle to reach into those quacks and crevices, and the brush nozzle to vacuum with no scratches. You'll get the Duck with all the deluxe attachments, but supplies are limited, so there's a strict limit of 3 per order. This may be your last chance to get yours at this low, low price. So don't delay. Duck it up today.
Call 1-800-919-1401 or visit duckback.com. So call 1-800-919-1401 or visit duckback.com. Order now.
The NFL's next superstars are balling out at OT Center.
My goodness, it all happened so fast.
The best high school players in the world out to prove they're the next faces of the league.
If you love good football, this is the place to be.
We got a lot of top players that are about to play.
These quarterbacks are going it out right now.
Buckle up.
Nice teamwork.
It's game time.
You serious? And down the middle of the field for Ibuka. Got it to the 5 and into the end zone. Emeka Ibuka.
Faith plays a role in everything that I do, on and off the field.
Ibuka, he's a master of his craft.
When it came to the end of my junior season and I wasn't sure whether to return or not, I just leaned into prayer. I felt like he was leading me back to Ohio State. We were able to win the national championship. Ending it on that note definitely was a success.
It's Ohio State together at the mountaintop.
That was written in God's plans the entire time. Emeka Ibuka, the Ohio State University wide receiver. But when it comes to Ohio State wide receivers in the NFL, we're dominating.
Marvin Harrison Jr. hauls it in.
Marvin Harrison, Terry McLaurin, Chris Olave, Garrett Wilson, Jackson Smith and Jigba. The list goes on and on. Me being a part of that room is something that I'm very prideful for. Just having the opportunity to even be able to go to that university is a very big blessing for me. One of my hobbies that has challenged me and helped me improve in football, honestly, was playing golf. I learned from golf that translates to the field. I think just the level-headedness and not getting frustrated and not dwelling on the past. It was a different mental outlet. Emeka means God is great. My name definitely makes me feel close to my Nigerian roots. Growing up to respect and honor and revere the name that I had is something that my father instilled in me from a very young age, making sure I always knew what having the last name of Ibuka meant. When my name's called on draft night, my mom is definitely gonna cry. I know that 100% for a fact. When it came to camps and driving me to practice and all the money it costs to travel, there was no questions asked. If I needed something, if I want something, she was there. She provided for me. Same thing with my father. They all sacrificed so much, so it's gonna be a special moment. This is a huge milestone in my career, my journey, something that I've dreamed of since a little kid. Draft night will be life-changing.
Good luck to Emeka. Let's talk some more Ohio State Buckeyes with our Buckeye test because we're going to evaluate the Buckeyes. Bucky's here. Baldy will have you rank them in order, the best Ohio State prospects in this draft. Let's start. Let's start at the bottom. Who we got?
Well, look, this is an embarrassment of riches. No wonder why they won the national championship. But I'll start with Tyleik Williams at number 7 and work my way up right here. But he's a good prospect at defensive tackle. Then I'll go Quinshawn right here at running back, the bigger of the two backs right there. And then I'll go Jack Sawyer off the edge. I mean, we're building a foundation to a real good football team right here. Then I'm going to take JT Tuimoloau right there on the other side at defensive end. And then I'm going to probably go to Josh Simmons at left tackle right here, coming back from that knee injury from a year ago. But he's certainly a first-round prospect. And then I'll go Travion Henderson at running back here, Bucky and Pat. And then finally, Ibuka is just a polished player. In the long line of great wide receivers at Ohio State,
he's the next one to come out this season. But that's how I rank it and see it right now, Bucky.
I mean, the Buckeyes are talented. That's why they're the national champions. When you look at the depth that they had, I mean, look, they had one of the best rosters that money could buy, and it showed off in the way they perform, and it also is going to show in the way that these guys come off during the draft. A lot of talented players.
All right. In interest of fair time, because we have hit Ohio State, we're going to go back to talk about their rival, again, the Michigan Wolverines. The Wolverine Pack. Wolverine's typically a singular animal, but occasionally they do work in packs like the Michigan Wolverines did. Some of these guys, most of these guys won a national championship, Bucky, so now it's your turn to rank the Wolverines.
Oh, well, look, Baldy had the talent, the flash and dash of the Buckeyes. I'm going to go with the toughness, the blue-collar element of the Wolverines. We talked about Jim Harbaugh in the earlier segment, so let's keep it going. So here, we're going to talk about Kenneth Grant. We can put him right here for like him, love the toughness, love what he brings to the table, big body playmaker. But now we're going to go Colston Loveland. I love it. Flex tight end, can do so many different things. You see him create mismatches, exploit those mismatches on the perimeter with his size, his speed, his quickness. But now at number 2, polished corner, Will Johnson. Put him right here. He's a guy that I love watching the technique. I love watching how he's able to get it done on the perimeter. He just does so many things well. Zone, man, playing off, bumping, all of that is perfect. But the man of the hour, the guy that we go about the perfect embodiment of the Wolverine, how about Mason Graham? Mason Graham, we talk about being able to whip people at the point of attack. He dominates at the point of attack. No games when it comes to watching him, overwhelms with his toughness, violent hands, relentless energy. He is a Wolverine, and that's why he's going to go early in the draft.
And the thing to add to that, Bucky, is, I mean, all 4 of those guys could very easily all go in the first round. Day 1 type players right there in that group.
Yeah, pretty good group of players, pretty good rivalry between Michigan and Ohio State the last couple of years, all building towards this upcoming NFL draft. We got more coming up here on Path to the Draft. Does patting the ball before throwing it actually matter? Shadur Sanders doesn't think so. He was with the NFL Network for an exclusive interview that you do not want to miss. It's coming up next on Path to the Draft.
Every year, Rich Eisen runs the 40 to benefit St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Visit stjude.org/runrichrun to donate. Then tune in to the 2025 NFL Draft on NFL Network to see Rich run.
Where I come from has made me into the player that I am. Cheyenne River Youth Project, they have a way to help people out. I hope these kids see that everything is achievable, whether you're from a reservation or not.
The DQ Freezer is opening again for our 85th birthday to bring back our most wished for Blizzard flavor. It's the Confetti Cake Blizzard Treat, filled with confetti cake pieces and confetti frosting. Don't be late to the party. Grab yours before the DQ Freezer closes.
That's new. Join me, my friend. What are you doing? We are living la vida loca. Oh, do you mean la Dolce Vita? Is this your idea?
Enjoy the intense flavor of Lavazza Dolce Vita.
That's it. Is this Las Vegas? Venice. I'm confused.
That is good.
We're all looking for some place to call home. But first you need a place to look for a place to call home. And that's homes.com because it's the best.
I told you, you cannot legally say Homes.com is the best.
What if she says it as Morgan Freeman? Oh, I can get this. Home.com.
No.
Well, how can we not say it if that's our new name?
Pick it up.
Homes.com is the best.com.
Hey, Lexus, show alternate routes.
Technology that's ready for the road ahead. The Lexus NX.
Lowe's knows spring brings new growing moments.
I killed it.
Sometimes growing pains.
So it needs food? Full sun, huh? Mm-hmm. Plant these together. Absolutely. It's for you.
Grow your dream garden with My Lowe's Rewards. Lowe's knows how to help you spring.
We're making a splash with another Twisted Tea drop. Twisted Tea fans love the smooth, refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Real brewed tea with a 5% kick of alcohol. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted.
Nationwide is so much more than a great insurance company. They're one of America's largest financial services companies. Like how I'm more than Peyton Manning, I'm also Calculate Manning. Yep, math checks out.
This is the one who helps everyone stay safe. An unsung hero in a building full of everyday heroes is just how he likes it. The industrial grade products you need. Call, click, or stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Coming up Monday on The Insiders, we'll have all the news from around the NFL, plus live team reports and expert analysis as only NFL Network can deliver. Catch it all Monday at 7 Eastern on The Insiders.
We're back on Path to the Draft in an exclusive new series. NFL Media takes you along for the ride with two exceptional prospects, Oregon quarterback Dylan Gabriel and Missouri wide receiver Luther Burden III. Here's a sneak peek as they embark on their draft journey in Destination Green Bay, presented by Toyota.
Gabriel, let's it rip. The grind, the work, the preparation, that's all the fun part.
The most productive quarterback in FBS history.
Everything I do, just trying to prove I'm the best.
He's going to be electric, and everybody's going to know his name.
Luther Burden III. So good with the ball in his hands.
It really hasn't hit me yet, but from being a combine.
Best players in the country by position, one after another.
And you got to put in the time, you got to put in the work, and that's what I've been doing.
Come on, run out.
They are interviewing for one of the best jobs in the world.
We're prepping his body for the hardest 4-month period of his life.
Any workout that you take for granted, you know, it can come back to haunt you.
NFL draft is now underway.
This is a night where dreams are made.
This is what I'm built for. Once you get drafted, it's game on.
Looking forward to the 2025 NFL Draft beginning Thursday, April 24th at 8 p.m. Eastern on NFL Network, live from Green Bay. Just 13 days away from finding out who the Titans will take first overall and where the Colorado Stars will take their talents. Heisman winner Travis Hunter spoke to our Kenny Checks recently at the Combine.
Let's talk about some fun stuff. You love to fish. You actually bought a boat before you bought a car.
Yeah.
So as you think about your future NFL career, is that going to be important that whatever city you land in, you can make sure you get some fishing in?
No, I'm definitely going to get fishing in. It doesn't matter where I'm at. In any city, I'm going to find somewhere to fish.
Can we go fishing together?
I mean, yeah, if you want to.
I grew up. Let's go. You can teach me some. It'd be fun. Also, your pregame routine. I have to look at it here because it's so insane. You lift weights, eat grapes, eat some Uncrustables, drink fluids, eat applesauce, you run a lap around the field, then you pray in both end zones, you catch about 100 balls, you run some routes, you get more fluids, more grapes, and then more applesauce. Is that just the secret for everybody's success? Do we all need to do that to be as good as you?
I don't know about everybody's success, but for me, it definitely works every game, so I definitely keep doing it.
As we get closer and closer to the NFL Draft, what are you looking forward to the most? How are you continuing to prepare yourself?
I just continue to be myself and continue to do everything that I've done leading up to this point and more so.
For anybody out there who's been told they can't do something, what would be a message to a kid who has a dream similar to yours, Travis?
Don't ever let nobody tell you what you can't do. You got to understand your journey and understand where you want to go and where you want to be.
Travis, it's so nice to meet you. Best of luck. Congratulations on everything.
Ma'am.
We're rooting for you.
Thank you.
Both Travis Hunter and Shedeur Sanders put on a show at the recent Colorado Showcase for all 32 teams in attendance. Shedeur caught up with the insiders from Pittsburgh's airport after a visit with the Steelers and had some glowing praise for head coach Mike Tomlin.
And we are joined right now by Shedeur Sanders, who you might know is a pretty busy man right now. We're catching him literally at the Pittsburgh airport. How was it with the Steelers today? How's life right now, 2 weeks out from the draft, man?
The Steelers is great. The Steelers is great. I understand now. I understand why they win so much. And my coach is the way how he is. He resembles Dad a little bit. They have the same principles.
Has the process been fun, or is it just a grind and you're like, get me to draft night?
It's extremely fun. I feel like we're going to just start, it's just funny to see what they come up with next. You know, because at first it was
So if you're watching and wondering, hey, did my favorite quarterback prospect in this draft transfer? The answer is yes. Just looking down the list, including the top two, Cam Ward, Shadir Sanders, Jackson Dart, Quinn Ewers, Will Howard, Riley Leonard. Everybody started at one place, eventually went to others places. So let's get the front office view with Mark Ross, because, Mark, we've had a few years of kind of coaches, let's be honest, belly aching about the transfer portal. I want to know what it's like from an evaluation aspect, getting ready for the draft. How has transferring impacted the way that you evaluate quarterbacks?
You know, Patrick, my first thought was it's the new norm, but it's not even the new norm. It's you better go transfer if you want to be a quarterback selected in the NFL draft, as we just saw by that list. But also from last year's group. Remember that, Patrick? Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, Bo Nix, Michael Penix, going down to Spencer Rattler. All of those guys from last year. Joe Milton, we throw him in the mix too. All of those guys transferred as well. So it's actually making the evaluation process for NFL teams easier, because you're getting to see these players play more games, transfer into and learn different systems. So the evaluation process, you want to have as much information as possible. And with these players playing more and going to different places and getting on the field, you get that much more tape, that much more film, that many more practices that you can evaluate. And really now, it's not frowned upon. I remember really the first high-profile person was Baker Mayfield, who got taken, started out at Texas Tech, then went to Oklahoma. There were some questions. Well, he got taken first pick in the draft. Then the next year was Kyler Murray, who transferred as well. And then it was Joe Burrow in 2020 who really blew it out the water of those concerns. Well, he transferred. Well, he just went to LSU and just broke every record imaginable, won the national championship. So it's really a help right now, and really beneficial for the scouting community, coaches, and also these players to find the right home and get the right exposure and get the right play time.
Yeah, an overall perspective shift from, well, the player transferred because they weren't good enough from the team to the player transferred because the team might not have lived up to what the player wanted to accomplish. That's the front office view with our very own Mark Ross. We'll keep things going on this edition of Path to the Draft as we get a chance to look to see who's going to be there. The reveal of the 2025 draft attendees just days away here on Path to the Draft. Which prospect will hear their name called earlier than expected, and who could be waiting a little bit? We'll have that coming up next on Path.
If you have a small business, you might not know you could be wasting money on your mobile plan, paying for stuff you don't need. Until now. Introducing the new MyBiz plan from Verizon Business. Choose exactly what you want. Pay only for what you need. When you're in control of your mobile plan, you can make every dollar count. Right now, get our best price as low as $25 a line, guaranteed for 3 years. MyBiz plan, only from Verizon Business.
You want high-performance, long-lasting, affordable tools. You want Harbor Freight tools. Whatever you do it for less at Harbor Freight. Save like never before at Spring Black Friday.
Incoming dishes. Doc! Dawn Power Wash flies through 99% of grease and grime in half the time.
Yeah, it absorbs grease 5 times faster. It even replaces multiple cleaning products.
Ooh, those suds got game.
Dawn Power Wash, the better grease getter.
Choose 1 appetizer and 2 entrees. Applebee's famous 2 for $25 with new sizzling skillets and steak. Now that's eating good in the neighborhood.
I'm the voice inside your head. And while you're typically athletic, right now, you're pathetic. Rick, and once you start listening to me, it's going to be hard to stop. Shank. And if you don't have the right auto coverage, the cost of this could hit you out of nowhere. So get Allstate, save money, and be protected from mayhem like me.
If you need a hero.
I lived in Italy. The away game was traveling to Germany, France. That was where I started building my passion for football. Draft night is going to be everything.
All over America, strangers with different political views are coming together to talk about their lives, not politics, and discovering they have a lot in common. Because even if we don't see eye to eye, we can still talk heart to heart. Learn more at takeonesmallstep.org.
Todd's in the hospital.
Who's Todd? He got a collapsed lung from vaping. He thought it was cool.
Not cool.
Promise you won't vape, Emma. It can lead to a lifelong addiction, and we can't be friends if your lungs collapse.
Bogus!
Wacky sitcom teens aren't the best people to talk to your kid about vaping.
Hey, you got a minute?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
Back here on Path to the Draft, you can find out which stars will be in the green room for round one, exclusively on Monday's edition of Path to the Draft, right here at 6 p.m. Eastern, April 14th, only on NFL Network.
49ers think that Alex is a better choice, then, I'm pulling for Alex all the way.
The San Francisco 49ers select Alex Smith, quarterback, Utah.
You see yourself slipping this draft on Saturday?
I hope not, but where I'm going to end up is where I'm supposed to be.
Adam Jones, Carlos Rogers, Mike Williams, DeMarcus Ware.
I know that wherever I go, I'm going to seize the opportunity to make the most of it.
With the 24th selection, the Green Bay Packers select Aaron Rodgers, quarterback, California.
That's where it all began. That was the origin story. Aaron Rodgers had to wait, and then he subsequently, later in his career, would make us wait for extended amounts of time before making a decision. So let's talk about not waiting, though, Mark. As we look ahead to the draft, Mark Ross, who are you expecting to have their name called earlier than a lot of people expect?
I got to go with Jahad Campbell, the linebacker from Alabama, the do-it-all linebacker. Look, each draft season, you watch tape, and there's just certain players that you just sit and enjoy and just sit back. You don't worry about the evaluation process. You just have fun watching tape. And he was that guy for me here where he is just lightning on the field.
Hand off to Scadaboo, and Scadaboo runs right into the middle. Powers in for the touchdown. Scadaboo ran right into the grasp of 335-pound Bill Norton.
You know who needs an attaboy? Number 77 right there, Kyle Scott, the right guard, who literally picked up his running back and slammed him into the end zone to help. Who do you trust? If you're Steve Sarkisian here on fourth down, who's a receiver that can win one-on-one? The go-to guy is Matthew Golden, number 2.
Texas must convert 4th and 13 to stay alive. Can they hook them? Touchdown, Matthew Golden.
Your best players, Joe, they have to touch the ball when the game is on the line.
We are going to overtime number 2.
Offense gonna score, we gonna win the game, bro. We gotta pick up the energy, bro.
Ewers looking to throw, steps up, fires downfield for Hill. He caught it. Touchdown, Texas. Gunnar Hill catches the touchdown pass, and the Longhorns are back in front.
3rd and 8. Levitt. That ball's intercepted. Makuma seals it. to Texas to play in the Cotton Bowl.
Well, what a swing of emotions throughout this entire game. And one thing that's been true about our team all year is their resiliency. We continue to fight back regardless of what odds we're up against, and some great plays there in overtime.
It just feels right to have Ohio State and Oregon at the Rose Bowl game. They had G. Scott, the tight end of the backfield. He motions right. They fake the pass to the right. Now they throw right sideline. Caught. Scott, the tight end, 40 to the 50, breaks a tackle in plus territory and is out of bounds at about the 45-yard line. These corners are going to be on islands. They're going to need to hold up against these receivers.